And welcome everybody, my name is Robert, I work in the mobile team here at LeanSwift, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick demo of our goods receiving app for iOS. I'm going to be running this demo on an iPad, but of course it's also fully compatible with the iPhone. So let's get started here. What we've done is we've combined two types of receiving for two different transactions, purchase orders and distribution orders, within a single application. So we've got a two-tab user interface here where the tab for purchase receipts is in focus by default, but if you just tap over here on the right on distribution, you'll move over to distribution order receiving. We also have some filters up here on the upper right hand side underneath the magnifying glass, and this is then, for example, where we have the default warehouse and the warehouse that we're receiving into, and is being defaulted from the user ID of the person that's logged on. And of course, depending on your authority and your configuration in M3, you can switch over to other warehouses to manage receipts against right from here. Now, I can initiate a receipt in two different ways. Either I could just go down the list and I could find an order that I want to post a receipt against. I'll just tap on that order 81, and you see that we expand the order details with the lines, and I can commence my receipt. Also, if I cancel out by pressing that green X up in the upper left hand side there, I can also, on the top of the screen here, I can type in the purchase order number, or of course I could scan it if I have it on a delivery note, a bill of lading, or barcoded on a label on one of the boxes of the material that I'm about to receive. But if I type that in and press enter or the green check mark, then we will do the same thing, just resolve that purchase order number and expand and view the lines. So in this case we've got two different line items to receive. If I just put in here 10 units of the first one, let's say 15 of the second, and we see once the mandatory information is input, which in this case is just quantity to receive and location to receive into, then we get that green process bar appearing at the bottom. We've got the completion flag out here to the right, so I could finish mark these lines by tapping that completion flag, or I could leave it non-completed, as I'm going to do in this case, so that I can come back later and receive additional units against that same order. I can also expand each of these lines with this little green arrow way out to the right here on the line, and then I've got access to, for example, if it's a lot controlled item, to input the lot number. I can record the number of packages as well as the delivery note number if there is such a identifier that I would want to record with my receipt. But that is not mandatory in this case, like I said, as both of my items are not lot controlled. So once I put in this information, I'll just hit that process button, and the app communicates with M3 and posts that receipt. Then of course I can always I can pull down on the lists to refresh the data from M3. Let's move over quickly here to the distribution side. Just going to tap on that first delivery in this case, and you see that it's a very similar layout, minus the expansion of the line further, in the sense that in this case M3 offers less information in standard to input when it comes to a distribution order receipt. So all I have here is the quantity that I want to receive and the location that I want to receive it into. But then same idea here, the application validates that all the mandatory information is there. We can see in this case this order is coming from warehouse 002. It is not a lot controlled item, but had it been, then the lot number field would have shown whatever this particular lot number was, and I could validate it. And then we also have that same completion flag here that we can toggle on or off. But other than that, the distribution receipts function exactly the same way from the app's perspective as the purchase receipts. So with that, thank you very much for watching.